What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers Without Filters podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson, and tonight I'm drinking a Fulton Hard Seltzer Blood Orange Edition. I'm a big fan. I was okay. Me and Joseph the other day, we're sitting out on the balcony. It was beautiful outside. We were out there having a nice little porch beer, right? And I was drinking me one of these Blood Orange seltzers, and I was saying, Joseph, you know what? I feel like orange is my favorite artificial flavor when it comes to beverages. Like any orange beer, like Oberon or just any blood orange thing, I'm in. It's always good.
I do
Well,
like blood
Oberon
orange.
uses real oranges, does not?
I don't know.
It's
Tastes
not
like
like
they do.
artificial. I think it's real.
I just fucking
Yeah,
love
but like
orange
that
flavor.
in general.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like artificial.
But you also got like KBC wit beer, got some orange in
The
there.
classic.
That was
You know,
good.
there's a lot of
is
wit
it
beers
Blood
have orange.
Harvest or Farmer's Harvest? That's the blood orange one they have. That was
You
pretty
got Blue Moon, you got
Yeah.
Shock Top. I mean, I love me some orange beverages, you know.
See,
That's right.
that just reminds me of like Fanta,
I love
and like it just brings me back to like being a kid
Yeah.
in the summer drinking Fanta and like doing some dumb shit outside
some
of
Sunny
the
D,
woods.
you know.
Nah, none of that Sunny D bullshit.
Honestly, like this tastes a
Fanta.
lot like it tastes like a lighter Fanta, like Fanta with less corn syrup in it.
Do you guys remember those juice things that were like barrels? They look like barrels, but they had the plastic lid.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
jugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
They
called
have-
jugs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
remember Bug Juice?
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Remember you
bug
drink
juice is good.
Wait, who did I get bug juice with in the house? I went down.
It was Max, I think.
I went to Econo and I bought a
Yes, I
pack of
remember that.
cookies and bug juice or something like that. And I was like, I'm gonna eat both of these right now. And like it was like the full thing of like Chips Ahoy or whatever. And I just
Like the
destroyed
soft
that.
baked
Was
ones.
Oh yeah.
was the bug juice more sugary than you remembered it?
Yeah, dude, it was dog shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how I drank that as a kid.
So much sugar in that shit. And then I'm Joseph, and tonight I'm drinking a Hop Slam, which does not have sugar in it. In fact, it is not sweet at all. But
It's
very
got a lot of
tasty.
carbs.
Mhm.
I'm Gabe, and I'm drinking a Bud Light. Fun fact: last Friday, I bought a 24 pack of Bud Light. I'm like, this will be good for the quarantine. This is my last one.
Oh,
God.
The weekend was pretty aggressive. It was just like I had nothing else to do. So tomorrow
Wake
at
up,
the
drink.
yeah, tomorrow I have to get another 24 pack for the week.
For the weekend.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good pace. And I'm Dayton, and I finally found the hard seltzer that I was talking about that I've raved about in the past. I don't know what it's been, probably past like 2 months, and it's called Press.
Press.
Press, and it
like
literally
that
says
design.
premium alcohol seltzer.
Ooh.
And I really do think that these are probably the best tasting hard seltzers that I've had.
Mhm.
Except it comes at a somewhat of a drawback. One, it's only 4% alcohol,
Oof.
and two,
Hard
it
pass.
has I think 2 grams of sugar in each can instead of 0.
Yeah.
So that's an eight.
I mean, could be
eight
worse.
extra
I mean,
calories.
2 still isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
one can of Sprite is 38 grams or something like that.
When you put it into perspective, then yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's literally 2
For
grams
someone who
compared
doesn't
to 0
drink
grams.
sugary beverages very
Right,
often, it's
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
I don't know
except-
why they don't serve hard seltzers at work. Like they're much healthier than soda. I mean, I just don't get it, you know.
At work.
Seltzer in general, I feel like
They
They
Yeah.
give you all the free pop you want. It's gonna kill you. You're gonna get heart disease. All right. These hard seltzers are good for you.
all the stuff I drink is just non-alcoholic seltzer. I mean, it's just normal sparkling water before they infused
It's just
alcohol with it.
regular seltzer.
Yeah. And that's pretty healthy. It's 0 sugar, 0 carbs, all that fun stuff.
I don't know. The thing about that press seltzer is based on like the name and the can design. I would assume it's like canned iced coffee. I was thinking like cold press,
'cause
you
it's
know?
cold press.
Press.
Yeah.
And it's
I
like
don't
that
know.
fancy like chic design, you know?
Yeah, dude. Honestly, though, the texture on the cans are fantastic.
Really?
It doesn't like it's got like a really nice matte finish to the can.
Ooh.
So
Is
like
it kind of like a
one,
sticker finish? Like a matte sticker?
no, it's not like a sticker finish. I don't know how to describe it. It almost makes it feel warmer than it is. So like it doesn't get your hand quite as cold. Um,
Ah.
and
I like it. I like the
yeah,
idea of it.
and
like a
honestly,
built-in koozie.
it just feels like a lot grippier. Like it's not gonna fall out of my hand. And I have a pretty loose grip right now. And they have fun flavors. Like I'm drinking grapefruit cardamom right now.
Sorry, what was the second word?
Cardamom. It's a
It's a
What the
spice.
fuck
spice.
is that? I've
It's a
never heard of
spice.
that.
It's-
It looks like a star. It's like black and looks like a star.
I've only ever seen it in curry.
Yeah, yeah. It tastes
Huh.
good though.
Interesting.
It tastes very good. And I think they have oh shoot, what were the other flavors? Hibiscus, blackberry hibiscus, ginger orange, and
Ooh.
lime something or another. I can't.
Dude,
can't
sign
quite
me up for
remember.
that ginger orange. Holy shit.
It's
that is-
honestly
got my name on
good,
it.
dude, and that's saying a lot because I hate ginger.
Would
I
you
don't. I
say-
don't hate gingers. I hate ginger.
No,
Big
I hate
distinction.
gingers.
Yeah.
Alright. Dayton hates ginger.
That's a
I
Joseph
hate
joint.
gingers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder, Dayton, do you hate ginger more than Joseph hates peanut butter? Because
That's a real
today
question.
Joseph was looking at recipes to make this week. He's like, "Oh, so it's peanut butter in it? Get the fuck out of here."
What do you mean, like recipe? Do you eat pad thai, Joseph?
No.
Have you
'cause it
had
has
pad
peanuts
thai?
in it. No, because it has peanuts in it.
Okay. Then Joseph probably hates peanut butter more than I hate ginger.
Do you not like peanuts either, Joseph?
No, it's the same flavor. I don't know why this is so difficult for people.
Okay, but like if you have like, because I eat like the peanuts like with the shell and all, like because I don't know, I'm
Eat
crazy.
the shell? What the
Oh,
fuck?
yeah.
Five
It's
of
good.
them.
That's a psycho move.
Half
I
the
know
fun is
Dayton
popping
does
it
but that's-
open.
he's weird.
No, it's good because sometimes there's like it's like lightly salted, and then you get like the crunch, you get extra crunch, and it's
I mean,
good.
it's like
And
roasted.
it feels
sure,
good on the
yours
way
raw
out.
Also, there's a lot of fiber, so it cleans you out.
God damn.
There's
A
some
lot of
spring
roughage.
cleaning.
Really scrubs out your intestines.
The funniest story about Joseph not liking peanut butter is like right after I moved here, just when I went down to have dinner with my parents, and we're just like shooting the shit, and like it came up that like Joseph doesn't like chocolate. Remember, it's like, oh, haha. And I'm like, yeah. He also doesn't like peanut butter. Like, wait, what? Like that was the thing that broke the camel's back. Like, we can understand chocolate, but peanut butter, get the fuck out of our
It's
house.
too far.
Yeah,
You're
people
too
are-
fucking weird.
People aren't a big fan of that, and it. I
I
don't
eat
know.
peanut
I've
butter
gotten
by the
hit because of
spoonful.
People aren't receptive to my tastes.
it. I remember one time I was driving back from like Canyon Falls or something, and Jared, one of our friends, had a jar of peanut butter. He was eating peanut butter with a spoon straight from the jar.
Dude,
in
I
my
do that
car.
on a daily basis. Like,
Yeah, I know, but he was doing it in my car in my back seat, and I'm like, dude, you need to put that away right now. I can't drive with you doing that. Like the smell alone is disgusting.
That's kind of how I am with mint, to be honest. Like I don't
spearmint
like
or peppermint?
spearmint.
Yeah,
Actually,
fuck,
both. I don't like
fuck
both,
spearmint.
honestly.
I love.
But spearmint, I
peppermint.
hate more.
Wait, what? Or like, if you just buy mint leaves, is that either?
Spearmint.
It's not. Is that considered
That's
spearmint?
spearmint.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like, what's the alcohol? Is it mojitos that you put
Yeah.
mint in?
Yep.
Fuck
Yep.
that, dude. That ruins the drink. You're muddling garbage into your decent drink.
Dude, mint is such a good flavor. Huh?
It's
Like mint
terrible.
chocolate
It's
chip
too
ice cream.
strong. I don't know.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, but so is like cilantro, but that's still good.
To some people.
To some
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Yeah, the weak. All
The
right.
weak-
I'm a super taster, all right? I'm genetically better than all of you.
Oh my god.
Oh, shut the
You're also
fuck
the only
up.
one that's taken the test.
I know we still have to do that episode, but I doubt we can order the things now that
Yeah,
Yeah, we probably
quarantine.
can't get the
shipping
supplies
is
now.
interesting.
I'll have to
What
wait
if
till-
we just
Oh, yeah.
pretend to take
The
the, test
nail
and then
still
we just like
exists.
role play super tasters?
Yeah.
How about for the bitter test, we just go buy some cigarettes and then just like unroll them?
Cigarettes are bitter. They're just bad. I don't know that they're bitter.
All right, yeah, let's
it's
buy
close
some
enough.
cigarettes, break them open, and snort the insides.
Yikes.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Engineers Without Filters podcast, episode 63. We hope that you enjoyed our nonsensical bullshit bracket the last 3 weeks. We had a really fun time putting that on for you. We're gonna take things chill this week just because we're we're tired and
Lazy.
the world's fucking messed up right now, so we're just gonna take a chill.
I like
Mhm.
Joseph's answer.
As always, you can find our show every Monday on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and Google Play. And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast for some giggles as we
Mhm.
put up dumb pictures every week. So yeah, this week we're just gonna talk about what we've been up to the past 3 weeks, what we've been doing to cope with, the stay-at-home order. I guess for Minnesota, it's technically a stay-at-home order. Dayton, I don't know what it technically is for you.
Dude, I don't know. All I know is I don't leave my apartment.
So the
Unless I have
quarantine.
to.
So yeah, what we've been doing to pass the time, how we've been coping, how our mental health's doing, just kind of the whole gamut. Weird things we've noticed in the world, because of the quarantine. Pretty much anything. Um, so yeah, Dayton, I'm gonna go to you first because you bought a nice little keyboard recently.
I did. I did. I bought a MIDI controller to make music with.
A
So
mini controller? What's that?
MIDI.
MIDI, dumbass.
I was asking a question for the audience in case they didn't know.
It's basically just like it's an instrument that hooks up to your computer and then it gives that input to basically a program that you can write music with. So basically what it looks like is it looks like a little piano that's about like 12 to 14 inches long, and then it has some like soundboard basically buttons on it that you can press and like some knobs and stuff. So I made a new intro, which I think
It should be this episode,
yeah,
yeah.
it should be this episode.
Yeah, so you heard that funky, fresh new intro.
Yeah.
Dayton made it.
Coming
Yep.
from the ivories of Dayton's
The ivory.
Stick with the
MIDI
ivories.
keyboard. I doubt it's an ivory keyboard, but
It's got
That'd
some
be kind
white
of
on
cool
it.
if it was.
it would be.
Yeah. So
I love the phrase tickling the ivories. I don't know. Sorry, continue.
wait. So what? Oh, you just asked me about it, right?
Yeah,
Jacob?
just like yeah,
Yeah.
because that's something new you've been doing during the quarantine.
Yep. So before, when I made the first intro, I was just using like my regular keyboard, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. But now that I have this, it's a lot easier to get into it, just because I just plug it in and then I'm ready to go. I don't have to worry about messing with my like actual like typing keyboard. So I've been doing that for like at least 30 minutes a day, just kind of trying to slog through the beginnings, because the beginnings are always the shittiest when you're just trying to learn the very basics and it actually sounds decent, which I'm sure Gabe is very familiar with right now.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
he's learning guitar.
Yep.
But it's been fun. It's been fun for sure.
What's like the hardest part right now? Did you have to like learn like how to play piano, like that those sort of techniques, or is it more just like understanding how the board works?
No, I have a pretty good grasp of how the board works. I have no musical background. Like I literally played the recorder in elementary school, and I think half the time I was playing it through my nose. And then, once we got to like middle school, the only instruments that we could play were like trombone, trumpet, like tuba, flute, like the basics of band. And I was like, those instruments sound lame as fuck. So I didn't do that. And then, I mean, I've
I
always
played
been
trumpet for 7 years.
yeah, it's lame,
Trumpet's
Gabe.
ass.
But yeah, it's like I've been interested in music for like a long time, but I just never really like was interested in like making it. But now it's like I have no reason not to try it. So
Yeah.
and it's fun.
Have you been watching like YouTube videos and stuff trying to learn, or you just doing it
No,
on
I
your
pretty
own?
much just smash my monkey hands on the board and hope for the best.
Yeah, no, it's cool. And Gabe, yeah, you're trying to learn guitar right now, right?
Yeah, so I bought a guitar probably September. It was a bad time. I think it was October, because it was like I bought it just before that part in school in the semester before it gets busy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I got time, have a little bit less friends, so I don't have as much social time. I'll just spend it on the guitar. And then school picked up, and I didn't touch it. So I figured now is a good time, just because the weekends, usually at least 1 or 2 of the days, I'll go and hang out with either you guys or Cooper or something. So I decided to pick that up and just spend my time doing that. I try to do an hour, but focusing is a problem.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because like kind of what Dayton was saying, it's super frustrating at some parts, and a lot of it for me is just like my hand just can't stretch or it can't get where it needs to because there's just no muscle memory there at all. So it's just really frustrating.
Mhm.
But I've been keeping my motivation up by like I know like 4 or 5 chords at this point.
Can you play Wonderwall yet?
I can play Seven Nation Army. I can play the riff to that.
Hey, I'll take that one.
But I've been like trying to come up with my own stuff, and I actually spent probably way too long for like a 5-second clip last night. Probably spent like an hour and a half on it. But that's been a lot of fun. Because kind of like Dana, I always listen to music. I have a background in like reading music, but not creating. Or guitar is just such a different animal than trumpet. Like trumpet, there's 3 buttons. A guitar is a piano sideways with strings. There's just so many different. I don't know. Buttons, I guess, is a bad word, but like
Combinations.
Yeah,
Yes,
combinations.
yeah, possible combinations. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a whole different animal. But I don't know, I'm having a lot of fun like creating my own stuff, and hopefully, I get better and better at it. Obviously, every day. Just guitar takes so fucking long to learn. It can be even a year in, like it's nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that's what you're saying, like, because I mean, I did band for a long time too, and it's like, yeah, you can read music, but you're never like taught in school like how to compose or like make your own
Mhm.
shit, you know.
Right.
And I had friends who were like prodigies who ended up doing that kind of stuff, and it just would blow my mind. I'm like, how the fuck, like, there's one guy I went to high school with who like went to like a music college and shit. Like, he's one of the top like trombonists like for his age group in the world. Like, it's fucking nuts. And yeah, he like composes full songs with like all a bunch of instruments and stuff, and it's just like,
Yeah, that's
how the
crazy.
fuck do you do that, dude? You know, like, it's absolutely insane.
Well, and it's interesting because creating music is so open. Like it's literally a blank slate, and there's so many little things to know about it, like what key it's in and what vibe and rhythm. It's infinite, which is fascinating, but also daunting.
And Gabe, I assume you're doing a lot of like, I want to play this song, I want to play this song, like a lot of emulation, like as you're
Yeah,
learning.
so I've been trying to do a little bit, like so I'll do because like I said, I've been trying to do about an hour of like actual like on the guitar, and I ended up spending like an hour and a half, 2 hours like with it in my hands. But
Mhm.
I try to do a lot of emulation for like the first, I don't know, 75% of it.
Yeah.
And when I'm about to end, I just fuck around. Like I just try and do some creation with
Slam the monkey hands on the strings.
slam the monkey
Slam the
hands
monkey
on the
hands.
fretboard and just see what I can come up with. And like the thing that I came up with the other day, I did it on accident. Like, but the rest of it sang in my head. I'm like, oh, like I know what I want it to sound like. And then it was just like 30 for 40 minutes of me just struggling to figure out how to get it to sound how it was in my head. Because I just did not have the skill to do it. But I don't know. It's fun. And it was also on my year compass, I think, I'm pretty sure it was, to do something a little bit more creative. And I think guitar specifically was mentioned.
We still have 3 months for until we do a halfway recap on that.
Yeah.
So.
I've kind of made a goal for myself actually since I started, just to motivate myself. I want to do an open mic night within a year.
Nice.
So hold me accountable, please.
Right now. Do it tonight.
Wait. In a year, that means that you'll be doing it on what? You can pretty close to April 1st, dude. You can make
April
it a
Fool's Day.
comedy.
And that way you could be like, it's if you do bad, it's like, oh, it was a joke, guys.
Yeah.
April Fools, come on, what are you
Kidding.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, I have no singing ability at all. So it
Then just don't sing.
Dude, make a
yeah,
rap.
it'd be very much just a guitar thing.
Or just find a friend you can sing.
It's a better idea. You can sing?
No. Well, okay, hold on. That's not entirely untrue because here's what happened, all right?
It's not true.
One night, Joseph and I got really drunk with Cooper and his friends, and we went to this piano bar at 2 a.m., all right? And guess who was singing karaoke? This guy. And the pianist said I was pretty good when I like
He
believed in
says that
myself.
to everybody.
But as soon as I started like thinking,
No, she did not say that to
I just
me. I'll
walked
tell you
away.
what.
Date, are you also doing any emulation, or are you mostly just freestyle and shit? Are you trying to
No,
recreate any songs or anything like that?
no. I'll generally like listen to like some of like my favorite songs that I'm like, ooh, I really like this, and then try and find like sounds that are similar,
Yeah.
but nothing like creating like the same beat or anything like that. Just like
Because I was
trying
gonna
to
ask
get like
too,
inspiration from it.
do you like also look for? Because I don't really know how it works. Because I know like the keyboard probably comes with like a catalog of sounds, right?
Hmm.
But can you also like find new ones and like download them and add them to your library and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done any of that yet though. Mostly because
Yeah.
I'm still extremely overwhelmed with what I have right now.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I was thinking like, because one of the people that we've been, I guess all of us have been listening recently is Mark Rebier, guy on YouTube who
Mm-hmm,
does a bunch of this
mm-hmm.
weird ass loop shit with a similar setup Dayton has right now. So I'd be curious to see if you could like try to recreate something he makes, but you might not even have the sounds in your library that you could even do that.
Yeah. It's something that I still don't know quite how to do that and like actually like output it live. Like I know how to record that and like make it like loop and
Hmm.
record and stuff like that, but I don't know how to do it live yet.
Well, yeah, not
Um,
even the live stuff. I'm just saying like, could you recreate what he did exactly, like
Probably not
theoretically?
exactly. I mean, definitely not right now, but
Yeah, yeah,
maybe like if I keep with it, then maybe in a little bit.
yeah.
Hmm.
So tomorrow, next week.
Tomorrow. I mean, like listening to some of his stuff, like it's not super complex.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so I mean, maybe.
Yeah, that's something that I've almost noticed pretty quickly is a lot of music. Like some of the music I listen to technically, like on the guitar, is just like ridiculously difficult. Like they're
Hmm.
they're
Mm.
known for their meticulous guitar, whatever. And then there's other bands that just like it's just catchy.
Yep.
It's not like Seven Nation Armies on one string. Like the do 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 do. It's all on one fucking string, down and up. But
I mean, I'd probably say probably most music has a really simple guitar line because that's not like the appeal of the song. That's not the highlight of the
the
song. It's just
I would
lyrics, the
argue
lyrics
Seven
are.
Nation Armies
yeah.
definitely.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you turn on the radio to a pop station, you know,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
like
yeah. The
Dave was saying,
lyrics
like
are
it's the
really.
lyrics and the hook. Like
Hmm.
right.
it's
But I
not a
mean,
cool little guitar flourish.
right. So it's definitely interesting. Like, there's a lot of classic rock that uses very simple guitar or simpler guitar.
I was
Hmm.
gonna
Like,
say like Queen is known for going from very or no, it's not Queen. It's shit. Well, Smoke on the Water is like the everyone
Yep.
knows that that's one string.
yeah,
It's the same thing, but it's like the most famous rhythm. One of the most famous rhythms out there.
Yeah.
And
yeah, yeah. It's impressive how much you can do with so little, and overwhelming how much you can do with a lot.
Mhm.
If that makes any sense.
No, I know exactly what you mean. That's why I don't play Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
Joseph, you been doing anything new in these last few weeks to help?
I painted one time.
Oh yeah, you
Oh.
painted with your friend.
Yeah, we did a Bob Ross video, and I painted a winter scene for the viewers that
That
can
looks
see.
good. That looks good. I like that, Joseph.
Thank you.
Hop on YouTube
And you
dot
can see
com
it.
slash
I only used
engineers.filters to see it.
about 2/3 of the canvas.
Dude, it just makes it look like another slope because of the
Yeah, it looks
shadow.
like Husky Bowl.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's just cleaner snow down here.
Hmm.
It's funny because I came out to my room and you saw yesterday. I'm like, you guys are fucking painted nerds, you know. Then like the next day, like how it turned out, and you're like, oh, I'm like, oh, it's actually pretty good, Joseph. Like, good job, man.
I'm decent at painting. In like high school, I did on like spring break, I did one of those like wine and paint things, except I wasn't 21, so I didn't drink, but like I still like followed, along and did the painting and shit. And like the first half turned out pretty well. It was like a sunset scene, and like the sun and the sky were really well done, and the beach was nice. But then I put palm trees on it, and it just fucked it up. It looked like shitty, like finger painted trees over like a semi decent background.
Joseph, I
And
thought that you were
so,
gonna say it was all fine until someone snuck me some wine.
no, sadly, but
Joseph, I'd say too. Another thing we've started is I alluded to earlier, but our new porch sits
yes,
because
we have
Joseph
been
gets
doing that.
home early now.
and get home at 2 o'clock, which is super fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's been nice outside for the past couple days, so we'll sit outside, crack open a cold one,
Mm-hmm.
and talk about life. Jacob's just getting up, and I'm just getting back from work. It's a good time.
Don't tell them that, Joseph. It'll make it worse than me.
That's such a yikes, dude. I have 2 hours left in my whole day, like at work.
What's funny is our balcony's right in front of this bank parking lot, which isn't a great view, you know. But there's like a little like side road that like drives right along where we're sitting to get back to the main road.
Yeah, it's like the exit of the lot.
People either like wave at us or just give this massive side eye. It's like
Or just not even acknowledge us, like just stare ahead, like I don't see these people.
this one woman like turned her head back and was giving me the side. I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? It's like 60 degrees out and sunny. Fuck off, all right? We're having a beer. Don't look at me.
Granted, it's 2 o'clock, but like,
Who the
who
hell
cares?
cares?
It's
We're in fucking
quarantine.
Yeah.
quarantine.
Yeah.
It's like if it's like it doesn't matter, dude.
Maybe
doesn't matter.
she was side eyeing you because it wasn't 6 feet. Yeah.
We
You
live
guys-
together.
We live together.
I
I'll
guess
tell her
you're.
we're lovers for all I give a shit. Like, you know, I just want to drink my beer in peace.
Yeah, we touched knees today. Like, we're basically lovers.
Hey, keep it PG, Joseph.
I don't want to rate this explicit, all right?
Oh, because nothing else we've said is explicit.
No.
Well, have we yet? I don't know.
I don't know. I mark every episode as explicit just to be safe.
I probably said.
I guarantee we've.
Well,
each
I just said fuck, so. All right.
Yeah, I've been not been super productive in this quarantine. I'm gonna be real honest with you boys. Granted, my classes didn't officially start up until this week. 'Cause we had spring break right when the quarantine started, and then they extended spring break by like 2 weeks. So class finally started this week, and I've been doing a couple things here and there. And work has been off and on and stuff with things I can actually do, but yeah, it's been rough. Like I've been like up until 2 a.m. every night and like waking up at like 11:30, and then just like meandering into the shower, maybe make some lunch, and then Joseph's home, and I'm like, I guess have a beer on the porch, and most of my time has been spent watching YouTube, playing a little bit of Animal Crossing, and recently I've just been straight binging One Piece. Holy fuck.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
used to
so I started-
read One Piece when I was in middle school.
Dude, it was a bad idea because it's in like 950 episodes, and I'm already
Jesus.
I'm already at episode like 150. Like
Oh my
Oh.
god. How long
I
are
mean,
the
I was
episodes?
Straight binging this like all day.
How long are the episodes?
like 20 minutes.
That's
So
still
20
bad. It's
20
still
know,
bad.
minutes.
It's bad, but like it's so good. It's got all the classic shit
Wait,
I
that's
love.
50 hours. How long have you been binging this?
Dude, time has lost all meaning. I don't even know when I
Did you-
started.
I think you started about a week ago. It was
Might have been a week
over
and a
the
half.
weekend. It was It was either like
I
on
know-
the
okay,
weekend or before the
no,
weekend.
It was 2 Saturdays ago.
Oh, okay. 50
Because I know
hours on that time. is
here's what
bad.
happened. Here's what happened. All right. So Joseph had his friend over. So I was sequestered to my room.
Sequestered.
You know, I was a little down. I'm not gonna lie to you boys. I was feeling like frumpy, and like, you know what? I'm in the mood for just some goddamn anime. All right, I need to cry a little bit. So
One
I
Piece doesn't make
rewatched.
you cry though, does it?
Well, no,
you're talking
hear me
about
out.
a
Hear me out.
different one.
So first, I rewatched an episode of My Hero Academia that was very emotional. It was the end of this big arc thing. Cried a little bit. Then I watched an episode from this show Demon Slayer. Joseph and I watched a few months ago, which
that
is
one's so
fucking
good.
amazing. It's so fucking good. The most beautiful animation you'll ever see. But I watched like the
Fantastic
climax.
animation.
I watched the climax episode of that show, cried a little bit. And I'm like, I need to start watching something else. I need to start a new show, to get me through. And One Piece is one of those shows you always hear about. And I remember seeing like ads for it as a kid. 'Cause it started in 1999. Okay, it's been going on for like 20 years. And I'm like, I've heard of it. I've heard it's pretty good. Fuck it, let's give it a shot. So I hop in. 2 episodes in, I'm fucking hooked. All right, because it's got the 3 things that I need in an anime. All right, I've been thinking about this. There's 3 things I really need, and this is the order that I discover them. 1, I need an interesting world. Okay, I need the setting to pull me in, and we're talking in this show we got pirates. I'm in. Second thing I need is good action, and this show's got a lot of good action. And the third thing I need is good characters / character development, and that's just anime in general. So we got all 3 pieces, and I can't stop fucking watching this show. Joseph's been watching a little bit with me. You know, think Joseph thinks it's good too. I don't know.
Joseph's
enjoying
face
it.
is like,
No, I'm enjoying it. It's just I catch like bits and pieces because I'm either asleep or at work most of the time, and so
Because you're a productive member of society, is what
yeah,
I'm hearing.
I'm
Yeah.
quote unquote essential, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't
Well, like,
know.
yeah, so I watch like a little bit after Joseph gets home, watch them together, and then he'll go to bed, and I'll watch like 20 more episodes.
So
You know?
like I'll be just caught up. I'll be like, okay, I figure out what's going on, and then it's like, all right, I know I'm never gonna, or I'm gonna miss a
Yeah.
bunch.
It's like that already happened 2 episodes ago. or whatever.
Yeah, missed that bit. But
But I just catch Joseph up as he needs it. But I love it. It's a great fucking show. I understand why it's been going on for so long. 'Cause it's just
Mhm.
it's fucking great. Characters are great, and I just can't stop watching it. Which is bad because again, it's 950 episodes. Like,
You'll burn through
fuck.
that, and like once the quarantine ends, you'll be done.
I know that's pretty fucked up.
Why,
didn't you
dude?
see-
Dude. If you got nothing else to do, why not?
It's just I feel like I'm wasting so much goddamn time.
Who
Like I haven't gone for a
cares?
run in 2 weeks. I need to go for a run. It's
You
been
ran the last. Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. So damn.
Dude, you ran like last year. You're fine.
I'm saying that like time has lost all meaning. Like I half the time I don't even know what fucking day it is. Like because I never leave the apartment unless I need to get food.
Well, and the
You know?
stay in place is only for
April
this
10th.
weekend, right? Yeah, it's next Friday. It
Wait,
lifts.
no,
Yeah, but
dude. Trump extended
No,
it
for
till the end of
Minnesota.
April.
Not for a minute. The state, yeah.
Okay, but I mean, like, be
It's
real.
not, things
You
aren't gonna
guys
go
are
back to normal.
Yeah,
until
you
10th.
guys are
No,
gonna keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's just like the official like stay at home. Like from what I understand, it's gonna be like you can be in public and like have gatherings less than like 5 or whatever it was.
See,
Yeah.
I don't think I would, even if that were the case.
Probably not, but it allows more businesses to be open.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, our
Because
favorite
that's a
pizza
big
place
thing.
has been closed.
Yeah, Element
Ugh.
Pizza. It's the worst part of sitting out on our balcony is seeing the open sign not on.
Yeah.
Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
So
So
rough.
I don't know. I just feel like shit. Like because I stopped working out because I can't go to the fucking gym. You know.
Did they close the? Oh, they did. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember asking if I could use it.
Yeah. Well, or yeah, the gym I went to is closed, and then also the one in our apartment complex is closed. And
Yeah.
it's just like I feel like a piece of shit 'cause I stay up way too late, and then I get up at a late time, and then I'll have emails I didn't
Dude,
see because they were
body
from 2 hours
weight
ago.
workouts, Jacob.
I know, it's just hard to get motivated.
Dude, motivation is not needed when you have #discipline.
But I have zero discipline right now, Dayton, because I have no accountability.
You need to force yourself for a week, and then you'll be
Yeah.
set.
I've been using. My roommate has adjustable dumbbells, and they only go up to 20 pounds a piece. Yeah, but it definitely sucks. Like working out in house, like it's not
Yeah.
nearly as productive, but at least I can still do something. Like,
Mhm.
I
still
feel like
I'm doing
honestly, I
something.
feel like I'd be way better if I could just get up at a decent time, but I just like can't because I have
It's
no.
called an alarm.
We all know that doesn't work for me, Gabe.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, Jacob, you need to get what I have. You need to get the alarm clock that has a barcode that you have to scan to shut
We've had
it
this
off.
conversation so many times, Dayton. I can't. It doesn't work for me, man. I
I
tried the
thought-
math one where I had to do math problems, but I
have
ended
you-
up putting a calculator in my bathroom. Just use a calculator to do them in the morning.
Dude, have you literally tried making the barcode your toothpaste?
No, I haven't tried that yet.
Cause like,
But
I don't know. I
I
feel
know.
like that's
He'll
foolproof.
just keep his toothpaste on his bedside table.
it's so my bathroom is so close to my bed, like I can just like be there, scan, and come right back into bed. Like I'll
Just don't do that.
I'll
Just
get a handle
up.
on it at some point. Hope maybe next week's
No,
the
you're
week.
not.
I'm a one alarm guy.
Me too.
I get up at 6 and I leave the house at 6:30. Like I'm in my car at 6:30.
Yeah, I can't get ready that fast.
4:15, baby.
You force yourself up. You get in the shower for 10 minutes. You put on your
Joseph, you're like
clothes, you sit around.
4:15. Fuck 4:15.
I'm looking at the clock. I gotta go to bed in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I want to get 8 hours of sleep.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'll get it sorted out. At some
We got
point,
half
but-
an hour of this podcast left, and I gotta go to bed in 15 minutes. You do the math.
Have you guys been doing anything else like kind of new or fresh recently to try to mitigate the?
Honestly, I
Mm,
haven't really, I haven't really noticed that much of a difference. Besides the fact, which is terrible. Besides the fact that normally I walk, I mean, it's in total, I walk a mile to the gym. It's a half mile each way, which really is, it's really nice because it's just like you get outside, you do a walk. But I've tried bike rides. Bike rides are fun. But besides that, I've just been spending more time on my guitar and less time with you guys, which is weird.
So the only time I notice it is on the weekends.
Yeah.
It's like I go to work, I come back, I make dinner, I lay around, I go to bed. Like
That's standard.
yeah,
Mm.
like
Yeah.
the only
Well, that's
difference
the
is
thing. It's like
it's
during
like-
the week, you don't do a whole lot, right? I don't know.
yeah.
I guess for me, the sports is the big thing. Because, I mean, I was doing 3 nights of sports a week. I would do soccer 2 nights a week and then volleyball another night. And all of those are canceled. So now my weeknights are completely free. And I'm having to fill it with other stuff. Which, I mean, music, watching Twitch. I don't, fucking bullshit.
You could
that's what
start
it is.
watching
Like,
One Piece.
I don't know, dude. Dude,
It's really good.
dude, you know like the thing where it's just like this train leaves this station at this time and it's going this fast. This one leaves this station and it's going this fast. When will they meet? Dude, those two trains will never intersect. Jacob's rate is way too high. It's way too fast.
No,
for
I'm
me.
not saying watching it with Jacob. Just watch it.
You don't need to catch up to me because they'll never do
Yeah.
that. I'm sorry. It
Dude,
will
but
not
I'm-
happen.
I don't know, dude. It's like I feel like
That's
I
too
get like
much.
competitive with it, and I go, especially
Mine-
when I have
here's
no
the thing.
competitive.
How would
outlet.
you get? That's such a dumb thing to get competitive
Dude,
about.
Dude, I literally have nothing to be competitive about right now. It's like, am I gonna start like fucking competing with my imaginary friend or some shit? Like,
Dayton, I have the pro tip. There's so much backstory in anime. You just watch every third episode.
He's honestly
Watch
not
one,
wrong.
skip
There's
two,
so much exposition.
watch that one, and you just watch the recap in front of each episode. It's gonna take you another extra minute per episode that you could skip, but you save 40 minutes. All right, and
Gotta
then
make sure you
you'll
don't miss like the big fights and shit.
yeah. If you see you missed a big fight, you go back
Hmm.
and you catch that.
Or you could just play Rocket League.
But then you could
Maybe.
beat Jacob at
I don't know, my issue, the reason I can't stop is because every episode ends on a cliffhanger. So I'm always like, oh, one more, and then it's 3 a.m. And then-
It's 3
Damn, dude.
it's bad, but
I'm trying to
and
think
then your
of-
roommate's getting up in an hour, and
Yeah.
you don't want that shame of being up at the same time as me.
so Joseph, that's when you say, "Oh, Jacob, you got up early this morning."
maybe I'll do that. Maybe to reset myself, I'll just won't go to bed one night. I'll just watch anime all night, so then I'm up in the morning. I can be productive and then go to bed at a
I
reasonable
don't
time.
think that's how it's gonna happen. You're gonna go to bed at like noon.
Yeah.
See, what I
Yeah.
found helps, at least with like binging shows, is what I do is I watch a show at lunch every day, and I've been watching. Everybody's been watching it, so I started watching it. The
Tiger
Tiger
King?
King, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been doing like an episode at lunch, and it definitely like all of them end like, what the fuck just happened? But if I just
Yeah.
kind of stick to it, just like this is my time, like this block of time, I'm gonna watch it, and then I got tomorrow to watch it. Like
Yeah.
that helps me a lot.
Does it live up to the hype?
Yeah. What makes it so I think what makes it so engaging is like it's a documentary. So for
Yeah.
those of you who don't know, it's the premise is this person got convicted, a zookeeper got convicted for attempting to hire a hitman to kill another zookeeper. And they're both big cat owners. So like this one dude has like I don't know how many cats he has. Like the number changed so much, but he like breeds the fuck out of them. So he has a ton of cats, and so is the other one. And
But
shit
these
hits
aren't
the
just
fan.
regular cats, though, are they, Gabe?
They're tigers.
They're tigers. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I guess big
you're
cats.
You're
isn't-
kind of
yeah.
downplaying. them.
Downplaying
You're,
Yeah.
you're burying the lead there, Gabe. Also, wasn't the whole thing was like people pay to go and take pictures with them for Instagram?
Yeah. So
When the tigers grow up, they mysteriously disappear.
I don't want to ruin it because it goes in so many different avenues.
Yeah.
Like at one point they like talk about how this one person could have killed her husband, and then in another angle they're talking about just like how this guy has 5 girlfriends and how he's like formed a cult around his experience to like get girl. It's weird, but what makes it so fascinating is they're larger than life people. Like
Mhm.
you already gotta be fucked out of your mind if you have more
Say,
than
you have
one.
to be.
If you have one tiger, let alone this guy has hundreds of tigers, right? You're gonna be fucked in the head. So it's just like all these people, and none of them. There's no like side. Like they're these two main characters that like hate each other type of a deal, but they're both not good people. So there's no like good or bad. And
There's no
they're
one to root
just-
for.
Right, there's no one to root for, and it's just like they're so fucking weird.
Dude, you
but
just gotta
they're
let the
real
chaos. You just gotta let the chaos unleash.
people.
Get
Right.
them sick. They're tiger army against each other.
Just two sides that throw the tigers at each
Yeah.
other. It's just really fucked up.
Speaking of crazy shit, what crazy shit have you guys seen as a result of the quarantine? Like, you know what I'm just getting at? Like, I'll go first, for example. All like the late night talk show hosts can't do it anymore, so they've been making YouTube videos and trying to make the shows from home. And it's really weird, but also really funny sometimes. Like, in my opinion, Conan has been fucking killing it. Like, he's been making all these like funny ass like memes essentially from his house. Like Gabe, I think we showed you the one where Dayton, he was like, a lot of people are stuck at home. So what are they gonna do? Do puzzles, right? Me, I prefer the 1,000 piece puzzles. But the problem is any of these puzzle pieces could have coronavirus on it. So you gotta make sure you sanitize your puzzle pieces. So what we do is we gotta boil your puzzles until they all get hot. And he starts boiling them, and he's like, "Now you have to sing the happy birthday song for every puzzle piece." So he stirs them up. It's like a montage, right, or whatever. He's like,
Yeah.
"All right, I've sung Happy Birthday 1,000 times. My pants are soaked in urine, and
It's been 3 days.
it's been 3 days." So he like pours them out, and there's all black and shit, but it's like shit like that, and it's fucking funny. So I think Conan's been doing really good with it. I've seen Fallon. Fallon has another funny angle where he has his kids and wife involved. Like his wife's the cameraman, and his kids like draw all like the graphics for the show, you know. So that's kind of funny, and just seeing like these celebrity interviews is funny because they're all sitting in their houses, and I feel like they're a lot more chill. Like I watched a bit of an Adam Sandler interview with Conan. Adam Sandler is like pretty like high strung with this whole situation. He's like, "Yeah, I've been like yelling a lot recently because I've been so stressed out about like the coronavirus stuff, and like we were out walking our dog, and I yelled at this lady for getting too close to us and shit." I was like, "God damn, Adam Sandler, like I would not peg you for that kind of person." But on the other side of the coin, I watched one with Sophie Turner. She's like, "Oh, I love it. I'm an introvert anyway. Like I just want to be at home, And that's kind of where I'm at personally too. But it's like seeing these celebrities kind of be a little more real because they're in their own home, more comfortable, I think is really funny, and kind of refreshing because talk shows are very like scripted,
Yeah.
So it's been kind of interesting.
Have you guys seen I want to say it's Garth Brooks, like his like Facebook video that he made, and he's like in like a deep like country singer voice. He's like, "I'm gonna keep this real for you guys.
I've
I
seen
just
those-
want to
those
make
are-
this nice and raw, uncut." And it's just like, what it's like, and it comes across as so scripted. It's just like, dude, what are you doing right
It's
now? Like, you
so
don't
bad.
understand this.
I never.
He
I
keeps
haven't
saying
seen
like,
that.
"I'd like that."
Yeah. And then Matthew McConaughey made one too. And it was just like, he kept on saying, "You got to keep the high eye," or something like that. It's just like, dude, what the fuck does that mean? Like,
Well, Garth
I've-
Brooks has been making creepy videos like that for a while too. He because I know Tom Segura, a comedian that I follow, he's been like just ragging
Yeah,
on him
yeah,
for
dude,
like
they've
a
been-
year and a half.
Yep, yep.
It was on like his last 2 specials, and like they talk about it in his podcast about how just absolute creepy he is.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah,
I've
Jacob,
seen,
that's what sparked my memory. You said it's nice to see like the real side of them, and I was like, dude, we
wanna
already
get
see the real
real.
side of Garth Brooks.
Apparently there's one where he like someone walks into the room when he's doing like Garth Brooks is doing that, and you can see his face turn to pure fucking rage at this person interrupting him. He's talking, you hear the door open, he's got like murder eyes, and it's so fucking funny. This guy's killed people before.
Probably killed
Or you
people
say
with his
something, Gabe?
music because it's so bad.
I was gonna say I don't watch I don't watch wrestling, but they did they did a couple episodes without an audience.
Mm-hmm.
It is the most awkward shit ever. It's like obviously wrestling is very scripted.
WWE,
This WWE, yeah, sorry.
not like high school
yeah.
boys wrestling.
Yeah, so obviously that is a very scripted form of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
But without the audience reacting, because I mean they're acting, right? So like, but it's a lot more like what's the word? Like theater acting versus like a movie. Where like a movie
Yeah.
you can be a lot more subtle, and like theater you have to be more over the top so people can see you.
Yep.
So it's definitely like that, but like
Yeah, it's a theater with the stage in the center.
exactly.
you
So
know?
it's
A
definitely
360 theater. Holy shit.
but it's just the most awkward thing because it's a YouTube video and their format isn't meant for that. So
Yeah.
and there's no crowd reaction. So it's just like awkward stares. Like the guy's like pissed off, but he just stares for like 10 seconds of silence. And it's just the most fucking weird
Dude,
shit.
you'd think that they would just like dub like a
Literally
crowd.
canned audience. That's
Yeah,
all you
just
do.
like
It's
a
like
crowd
watching
and just having a
those
minute long and just loop it.
It's
Yeah.
like watching a sitcom with the laugh track removed.
They're
Yeah.
unbearable.
It's
dude.
insane.
Yeah.
And that's I was just thinking about because that's the same with like the talk show hosts again, like because John Oliver is putting up a few videos still, and he'll still like have the same kind of script, and he'll say jokes, and maybe you'll laugh at home, but like there's not hearing an audience laugh is fucking weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's
just-
unnerving.
It's an
Because
adapt.
they're sitting and waiting for you to laugh.
Yeah, because they still have the
Mhm.
pauses. Because like I was thinking like, what's the difference between like there's in between like telling jokes and being funny, or like doing a bit. Like I'm saying like a Gus Johnson video versus like a monologue, like a late night show monologue. Like a Gus Johnson video is funny without an audience because like he's doing bits and there's quicker cuts, like there's no pauses, and like the situation is funny. Whereas in a monologue or a stand-up, somebody's making a joke for you to laugh at a certain point, and they wait for that, and if you don't hear it, it's like what the fuck? Like this is
Yeah.
super awkward.
Well, he's probably so used to having those pauses. It's just like probably hard to break.
Yeah,
But it's just
Yeah.
it's hard to adapt that format. I don't know. It's
For
just
sure.
obviously they want to keep their show going in some way, but
Mhm.
you have
Yeah.
to adapt a little bit.
I know. It's cool to or it's interesting to me to see who is doing well and who isn't. And right now, I think Conan's doing the best because he's just making straight up meme videos. Like he's not even he's still having some interviews, but like God,
He
Dayton, you look-
probably just looked at the puzzle one morning. It's like I'm gonna boil this and then record it. That's probably
Dayton, you
what
gotta watch
happened.
the one, the St. Patrick's Day hand washing tutorial.
Oh, that one's the best.
Oh my fucking God. Yeah, I won't spoil that. One's fucking great.
Okay.
But a question to all of you: what's the weirdest thing you've seen cleared out at the grocery store that like, you didn't expect to see cleared out?
I want to go first.
Okay, Joseph.
So here I am walking through the grocery store, and I'm like, ooh, I want to get some snacks, right? Turn down the snack aisle. Crackers on the left, and I don't
Hey,
know, other
that's-
stuff on the right.
That's kind of rude, don't you think?
No, like Ritz and Wheat Thins.
Oh. Okay,
Other snacks. Come on.
And I look at where the Pringles are, and the Pringles section is completely cleared out.
Dude, you know that there was
Not-
one person who bought the entire thing of Pringles.
One person's like, "Oh, I like this flavor and this flavor and this." It's like, "Oh, someone's buying a bunch of Pringles. I need to get Pringles." It's like
Yeah.
all like you can tell too, because like they got those little rows, right? Like it's like a vending machine. Like each can's like in its own little section. You know, completely fucking empty. There was not a single can of Pringles left.
Who
who
like,
the
who, like
fuck
goes to the
brand?
grocery store and is like, you know what? I'm gonna buy Pringles.
I need
Like-
some fucking Pringles.
Like I feel like
These are
Pringles
gonna go
are.
out.
I feel like Pringles are like the one chip where like you don't bring those to parties. You don't like you
I
bring
think-
like potato chips or like
It's a
tortilla
solidarity
chips.
thing. You can.
I
eat a
think I've
Pringle by
only
yourself.
impulse bought Pringles.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So like, who the hell like goes to the grocery store and it's like,
Oh,
I'm gonna buy all the Pringles. It's just like, it doesn't make sense. Like,
I find it so fascinating that there's like such a monkey mentality.
I know.
When someone sees that it's low, it's like, oh, I need this. Like,
Yeah.
so the other day, it was probably 2 days ago, I was shopping and there was actually toilet paper, right?
Well,
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I should get some because it's there. And it's like, wait, I don't need toilet paper. That's so fucking dumb. But like my impulse, like monkey, was like, "Ooh, this is rare. You need to buy it." Like I don't know. It's just like
Dude, you need to start running down the aisles, or rather like
just pick a random object and clear it out.
Yeah.
And just say like,
And
oh
just-
shit, they still have X items still in stock.
And then
Strawberries?
once you like slap it into your cart, you have to like and then like do like the fucking monkey run away.
Oh my god. It's just so
One of
funny.
the things I did not expect to be cleared out was I don't know the correct term for it is, but like water flavoring, like the Mio shit
Oh yeah.
and like Crystal Light or whatever. I was like walking around the store and I glanced in that aisle and all of it was gone. I'm like, interesting. Like people I guess are at home so they want to drink more, but they don't want to drink water. They're like, let's flavor the shit up, you
No,
know?
dude, it's from vodka Mio. That's the cheapest thing you can make.
Oh God, fucking
It's so
disgusting.
gross.
I'm just
I
saying.
just realized that there's another thing. I went to buy a new webcam for the show, and they're all bought out because Zoom or everything moving to webcams. And I wanted to buy like, obviously I have a webcam now, but I wanted a 1080p one, like a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
And those are usually, I don't know, $60 for like the cheapest one, but they can go up to like 100 depending on like what you get.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But there was one week I remember I was like thinking about pulling the trigger and like, nah, I'll just get it in person because like I'll get it right away, whatever. The next day, all sold out, and then on eBay they were like $30-$40 more than like brand new. Like they just got bought and they're trying to sell them. It's just like, okay, you don't need a 1080p webcam for fucking Zoom. All right, I don't need to see your acne. All right. Like,
We want to see that sheen on your skin, though.
yeah, but it's
It's
just
like you wouldn't think about that right off the bat, right? But it makes total sense.
and also the adjustable dumbbells have been sold out all over the internet.
Yeah.
Which luckily my roommate has some, but those are the two things that, I mean, it kind of made sense after like the stay at home order and all that stuff, but you wouldn't initially think, you'd think like food or whatever, but like things that continue people's livelihood in some way, whether that be work or like their lifestyle of being semi-active or whatever that may be.
Yeah.
Gabe, you saying bean made me think of beans. And
Good
I know that it's not unexpected, but I'm pissed off.
Okay, but they're canned beans, right?
No one gives a shit about beans any other time. No one cares about them.
Baby.
People have the audacity to tell vegans, where do you guys get your protein? Eating a vegan diet isn't sustainable. And here they are buying the fucking beans, taking the fucking protein away from me. Just like, you don't give a shit about beans until now. Give me the fucking beans already. Like,
Dude, Dan's got a point because like I went to buy lentils and they were like almost out. Like
Yes,
even
dude.
dry beans, like dry
I
lentils and beans.
know.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like I understand the canned beans, but like, you don't even know how to make these fucking dried. Out of here, okay?
It's just like
What's the shelf life on those anyways? Do
I
they
mean,
even
like infinite, essentially.
like,
Okay.
yeah, like super.
So that's
fucking
why I
long.
got bought out.
But it's just like people
Right.
never buy dry beans. Like I bought extra lentils, so I went monkey brain. I'm like, I get it for someone else takes them. These fucking savages don't even know the worth of
Get
lentils.
these fucking lentils in my cart. Fucking beans, though, dude.
Isn't that so funny though that your reaction's like, oh, I gotta get this.
I know.
I was just going for my normal fucking shopping, right? It's like, all right, you know what? I shop every other week for every, like, so I get 2 weeks of groceries, and I usually buy like 4 or 5 cans of beans, and you know that's perfectly normal for me. But no, dude, fucking
And like
picked
8
clean.
tubs of hummus.
three tubs, maybe 4 tubs.
That's so much
Gotta
hummus.
cut that number in half.
Still a lot of hummus.
It is a lot of hummus. I like hummus. But yeah, and then Aldi put a 4-item limit on any individual item, so it's like you can only buy like 4 cans of black beans, and it's just like that's perfectly normal. I think that's very reasonable because usually I shake it up. I'll get like 2 things of black beans, 2 things of garbanzo beans.
Yep.
Call it good.
A man of
Gotta mix it up,
variety.
yeah.
But it's just like these fucking people, dude. They're stealing my food That's my only sustenance. Like,
I was gonna ask you, like, do you think it's harder now because you're like, does being vegan make it harder, or is it about the same for everyone? Do you think, Dayton,
no, I don't think it's harder. I think that
or is it
I
easier?
I think it's really annoying how like people went out of their way to like stockpile meat and like freeze meat. And it's just like
Mm-hmm.
I I don't know. To me that's just like
What's been what's been interesting to me is like the shit that's gone is the shit that people who don't know how to cook know how to make. I'm talking
mhm
pasta, and I'm talking like PB and J's, right?
mhm
And maybe it was one other thing I can't remember. But
Stuff with high shelf lives, really.
it's not even that. It's like the stuff that like any person could probably make, right? But like if you go to like the produce section, it's totally fine, right?
Yeah,
We try to
but
make
that's
like you
because
know
it expires, right? Like at least
yeah,
that's my
maybe that's not how I've
yeah.
been thinking about. I've been thinking about is like the stuff that people who don't know how to cook know how to make,
I've
and
been
they
thinking
go out of their
as
way to
like you
like
can
chop up
freeze
a
a
bunch of shit.
chicken, but a tomato is gonna go bad in like a
Yeah.
week.
But like even
Yeah.
like the meat, I feel like has been a fine selection.
I haven't
Look at
seen
the
any
beef.
meat issues
Yeah,
personally.
like the beef, like the butcher section or whatever, like that's all been fine. It's been
And
like
like
the pasta and yeah, peanut butter
Mm.
and jellies.
well, like Joseph and we'll just get bakery bread then, because like well the regular bread's gone. Fuck it, I'll just get the bakery bread, which tastes better anyway. You know.
Frozen pizzas was the other one.
Oh,
Maybe
frozen
just
pizzas too, yeah. But even
there
like
was not
eggs,
a single Jack's pizza to be seen.
even like eggs have been cleared out. You know.
Milk.
See, that's what gets me. It's like there's all these people like bulk buying like eggs and milk and shit like that. It's just like, all right,
Milk
so
or
you can
Yeah.
you can
eggs?
freeze milk. You can
You
freeze milk.
can.
Yeah, you can. But you
Never
can't
freeze
do
eggs.
anything to fucking eggs. Like, get the
Eggs
fuck out of
last
here.
quite a while. They last like a month.
Like how many eggs are they gonna fucking eat? You know, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah, but still like
I know.
if you eat 2 eggs every day, you know,
Yeah.
Like,
But it's just like what's interesting to me is like if you like get a little creative, you're totally fine. Like if you just pick the things that aren't like super some normie cooking shit, you know,
mhm.
you can you know,
If you
make it just
pick up some tofu, pick up some tempeh, you
Mhm.
know, you can go to town and make some nice Asian inspired dishes.
I will say last time I was at the store though, Joseph and I saw somebody decimated the green bell peppers. All of us up are some just disgusting like just the rotten ones at the bottom.
Hmm.
it's
Um
pretty funny. Another thing that I always thought, going along with like the creativity thing, you go down like the global foods aisle, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look to your left, you see the Italian section. That shit is wiped clean. I'm
it's
talking
gone.
no pasta,
Scorched
no
earth.
sauce, nothing. Not a single can of pesto left,
No,
right?
they didn't even leave the pesto for me.
You look to your right, the Asian cuisine untouched.
And like
No
the Indian
one's
and the
that's
Indian
so
cuisine, not even touched.
that's so
nothing.
wild to me. Like Asian food is so easy to make. Like rice,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah.
easy. Get some frozen veggies, okay. Some soy sauce, little sriracha, garlic,
You're
salt.
good to go.
Or I guess you don't need salt if you're using soy sauce, but like, dude,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
like everything right there. Maybe a little bit
Well,
of
I
lime
wonder-
juice. Like,
I wonder if pasta is also well, pasta has a high shelf life, obviously, but it also is really easy to make in bulk. And that's not to say that you can't do that with rice, but I
Yeah.
think it could just be like an American mindset.
dude, I think that there's a whole bunch of fucking head asses out there that don't know how to make rice that isn't instant rice.
Oh, probably.
I
Dude,
mean,
like,
I just use a
oh.
rice cooker, you know?
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, like, I feel like having a rice cooker isn't that common.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean,
No
like
one-
people
'cause
have
you
instant pots, but like,
Because like I've always had a rice cooker, so I actually don't. I've never made rice on the stove.
Just make it in a pot. It's
I
not
mean,
that
like,
bad.
instant stove, like instant rice is the only other.
I made it in a
Like,
pot in our house. It's not
Yeah.
hard at all.
yeah, I mean, that's how I know how to make it in a pan as well. But I mean, like, I have a rice cooker, so like, I'm not stepping down to the fucking plebeians and cooking it in my pan. Fuck
Yeah.
no.
But it was funny too because I went down like the instant rice aisle, and I like to have couscous because you're in a pinch. Couscous can either be a meal or a decent side. I've
One
worked it
box
into,
is a good meal, dude.
It is a good meal. But you have it on the side. It's a good 3 days worth of side, maybe 4 if you stretch it out.
I have no self control.
But anyway,
Me with
there's-
anime is like dating with couscous. All right, it cannot be stopped.
And hummus.
yeah.
the 5 varieties of couscous that they've got at the grocery store I go to, of them, 2 of them were completely cleared out, and the ones that were left was curry
That
and
one's good.
plain. Yeah, the
Curry's
curry
good.
is great, but
Curry's
it was
good.
curry. No, not a single box gone, and the plain hummus or plain couscous.
Dude, did these
Also
people
not a
not
box song.
realize that you can, make the couscous and then sprinkle a little fucking seasoning in there? Like,
I
you don't
don't
need to
think
use
so.
you don't need to use the fucking flavor packets that come in there. Like you can.
It's
I don't
amazing.
think they
It's amazing
do.
how picky people are, how picky they are when they're fucking just annihilating these shelves. Like, I need all the food I can get, but I'm not eating it, though. Like that, I draw the line right there.
Yeah.
But I give me everything else, you know.
But like the herb chicken and the garlic parmesan or whatever, olive oil or something, the all the way back completely gone. And it's
Yeah.
like, come on, people! Like the curry's the best flavor.
Yeah, people are
What are
whack.
you
You
doing?
know what I think is dumber than the toilet paper thing is like, because that's pretty fucking dumb, obviously.
Mhm.
But it's like, you know what? The name of this virus also happens to be the name of a beer, so I'm not gonna buy the beer. Like,
That's
how
bounced
fucking-
back though. That was
Yeah,
like an
but
initial
initially,
thing.
how fucking stupid do you have to be to think you're gonna have virus from drinking a fucking beer? Like,
No, there's that one. I saw a video on Reddit a few weeks ago. It was somebody at a Walmart. Like, here's the liquor section, completely cleared, and the end was just a pallet of Corona that nobody touched.
yeah, like I don't.
It's like, how fucking dumb are you?
Dude, I don't get it. We should have called it the toilet paper virus. We would have been fine.
Well, and they're taking paper towels too, and it's like you can't flush paper towels down the toilet usually because
Yeah.
they're too thick. So it's like,
What do you mean
fuck off.
usually? You never can.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you never can. Also, like, no,
Your
you just
toilet,
can't do it.
your toilet doesn't have a garbage disposal.
And it's like I was pissed. I couldn't get paper towels for fucking weeks. I finally went home. My parents had some, so I stole it from them. But it's like, the fuck, man. Just let me have some goddamn paper towels.
Yeah, it's like what are you supposed to wipe your ass with?
Exactly.
My
Left
hand?
Well,
hand. Yeah,
it's not
your
even
left
that.
hand.
Left hand. Yee.
The last thing I'll say that I saw that was weird. I was at my parents' house and my brother had ESPN on, but there's no sports, so they have nothing to talk about. So they were literally airing a podcast, but they didn't have a video. So it was just like a static, like image, and then people talking on ESPN. I'm like, what the fuck? I have never seen that before in my entire life. Like
You'd think
That
they
is
have
ESPN,
like a ton of
desperate.
B-roll.
you'd think they'd have something, but they said people at home talking, but they had no video. I'm like, I've never seen ESPN without video.
They
Like,
can't
it's
buy the
fucking nuts.
webcams, man.
I know.
It's what it is.
But
See,
that
you see all
was
those
really weird for me.
sports, they're doing just fine. Just like, all right, we got webcams.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
it'll be interesting to see
definitely-
like who survives this whole thing, you know, like what
It's
companies
def-
and
Yeah, it's real tragic how cyclical or viciously cyclical the economy is taking a shit right now because obviously people can't go to work, so they can't spend money on things, so they don't buy things, and then those places go out and just
Yeah.
those
Well,
people start laying people
the-
off, and it just gets worse and worse. And
and
I mean,
not to be like a Debbie Downer, but I can't imagine the stimulus package is gonna do much because everyone's gonna use it to buy food and rent. You know?
yeah. Well, and I think the statistic I listened to on NPR this morning is like over 3 million people claimed for unemployment this last cycle, which I think is monthly.
Yeah.
And the highest peak it's ever been has been like 800,000 people. So
Yeah.
obviously
sense.
that's a big difference. Just,
Yeah.
and a lot of it's stay at home in place type of things. But even after that gets lifted, I mean, if you're in certain departments like I don't know, unnecessary business or what entertainment businesses, like people aren't gonna go and buy those things. They're gonna buy things that are essential first, right? So
But it's like people are pivoting. Like movies are now coming out just on digital for like $20 or $30, you know,
mhm.
just straight up. Or I mean, now a lot of them are getting pushed to later and later dates and stuff, but some are just coming out straight up, which I think is interesting. And you know, YouTube channels are doing really well right now because people are at home watching YouTube.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I mean, we're all the four of us are lucky. We're all still working, you know, which
Yeah,
thankfully we're able to do that. But
yeah, I'm really lucky that I'm still I'm working in person like Joseph, but that they still need the work because I mean, being in IT, a lot of what I have been doing has been like making sure people can work from home, like at a technology, like on a networking perspective. Which, like, hey, if I have something to do and I still have a job, I'm gonna be thankful for that, obviously.
Mhm.
yeah, one last thing I was thinking about today in the shower, which granted this is like I would not wish this to happen, but like an alternate universe, it would have been really interesting to see what would have happened if the coronavirus quarantine started before Super Tuesday, because I feel like the universal basic income would have been done a lot better as a
A talking point.
platform. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
during
Mm.
this. Because everyone's like, yeah, I could use fucking $1,000 a month right now when I can't work, because of this shit.
Who even supported that?
Andrew
Yeah.
Yang.
Was he in before Super Tuesday? I thought he dropped before it.
He dropped like a week before Super Tuesday.
That's what I thought.
But if he could have stayed in until, obviously it wouldn't have made sense
But
to
if
stay in this
this
late.
had been like, if everything was pushed back like that,
Yeah, if
however far that
coronavirus-
was, that would have been a talking point, even if we
That's-
weren't
yeah,
under
that's true.
quarantine by
That's
then.
true.
So
You
yeah,
know,
the
Italy
politics
would
of
have been under quarantine, and then we could have used that. Everything would have just gotten pushed back, so we could have looked at that for reference. And
just the
would've
whole
been more
politics
interesting.
of the situation are interesting because like what are they gonna do about the economy? How much will there be another stimulus package? Will this do anything?
Well, you see a
sort of
lot of
stuff.
a lot of countries they're giving monthly checks, right? And the obviously the U.S. is only giving one for those who are listening in the U.S. But a lot of like college age kids can't even get access to that. Like me being just out of college and in a full time position, I'm in a really odd spot because it's like I don't qualify for the check because my parents claim me independent because I was a college student.
Yep.
But if I were to get unemployed, I wouldn't be able to claim unemployment from my current company because I haven't been working there long enough. I'd have to claim it from a place I work part time in college. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like if that were to happen, like I don't know.
I mean,
It's-
you'll be fine, but there's a lot of people who
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think that it's gonna happen. But it's like there's a lot of people that I've gotta imagine that are in that situation, or even people who lose their jobs and they don't have insurance, and if they get sick with the virus, like how the fuck are they supposed to pay for it? You know?
Yeah, one of the clients that the company I work for represents had to drop healthcare for like a bunch of their clients or a bunch of their people. And
Yeah.
it just fucking sucks.
It's awful.
No two ways about it.
But I mean, I'm sure there's other countries having similar or different problems. It's just this is the one that I'm more aware of, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll say I hope that at the end of this thing, we're better for it, and we institute things that will hopefully help this not happen again to this extent. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well that's our episode for this week. Next week we'll do something a little bit less quarantine-y. Just wanted to catch up with all of us.
We're
since
all
we
gonna
haven't-
fly out and see each other in person, baby.
We're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
I just wanted to catch up after not talking about ourselves for 3 weeks. I got a little too narcissistic. I'm like, we need to talk about ourselves. So yeah, we'll be back next week with another episode. Again, you can find us on Mondays on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.